And this is such an important message because I feel like for a lot of you, the inner knowing part is a lot quieter than the doubts and the fear. A lot of you are pretending on the surface like,
and I'm fine, and I'm fine, and I'm fine, and all of these things are going on around me, but I'm fine.
But when we act like that, all we're doing is kind of letting the negative energy run rampant while we pretend that it's not there. Sometimes doing that, it might feel like you're trying to manifest an energy of positivity and work against the negativity. All you're doing is turning a blind eye to the negativity. That's not it either. It's not about ignoring the negativity. It's about knowing that that doesn't trap you. Hello, beautiful, wonderful, majestic souls of YouTube. My name is Dans. This is my channel, That Good Tarot, where we do timeless readings for anyone with any placements. If you've made your way to this reading, I do believe there is a message in here for you. However, if you don't resonate with this reading, that's cool, that's chill. Go check out my channel. There are so many other readings here, all over this channel. There are so many, and I'm sure you'll find something that fits you. Already cards are jumping out of the deck. We had a really big intuitive download this morning that I have for you. I feel like for a lot of the collective, you are really working to manifest kind of a new life, a new era, a new glow up for yourself. And some really significant messages came up about your actual process for manifesting and some of the blocks that are coming up and some of the ways that you have forgotten your processes and forgotten your power. That's not to say that you aren't doing all the right things, but I think there used to be some things in your practice that have just kind of fallen to the wayside, and some extra ways that you can affirm to yourself how powerful you are and really validate and reaffirm the energy that you want to bring in that you already have. But before we get into that, I want to remind you that we're doing a free reading giveaway. Entries close on December 14th. All you need to do to enter for a free reading is subscribe to this channel and comment good down below. However you want to comment good. I've been loving seeing the ways that you've been working that into a sentence. I think there was a subscriber called John that said, Johnny be good. Like, that was so clever. But I will comment back to let you know that you have been entered into the giveaway. So again, subscribe, comment good in the comments down below, and then you'll get a free reading. The free readings are like 30 minutes long on one or two subjects of anything that you want us to focus on, and it'll be just like this, but it'll be a private link, a 30-minute video, and it's going to be all about you. So I would love to give you a free reading, so enter the giveaway. But let's get into this. So the first message that came through in this intuitive download, it actually started late last night while I was like just about to fall asleep, just about to fall into that dream state. And the big message was the knowing. It was like I got this vision of being given this book of knowing. It was just the book of knowing. And my guides took me over to this book made of light. Stay with me on it. You know, we all have pretty weird symbolic dreams, but I went to this book and the pages were blank, but they were glowing. And as I was turning the pages, even though it didn't say anything, I felt myself being imbued with information. And I was integrating the information through the light. And what this represented to me was that I was kind of coming home to a knowledge that was already within me. Like, I didn't need to read the words. It was a reminder of this knowing. It was like, it's the knowing. I know that might be a bit of a trip, but this is what it symbolically led me to channel through this download. And it is that you already know. You already know everything that you need to do. You already know everything that you need to know. You already know everything that you are. And this is such an important message because I feel like for a lot of you, the inner knowing part is a lot quieter than the doubts and the fear. The doubts and the fear, especially when they come into very real world material things like financial abundance and things like that, financial security, all the other things that can feel very fearful if you feel like they are controlling you or you are not free in that sense. If you are feeling controlled by these things, that it can have a really heavy effect on your psychology and your physiology. Like, we know that. We know that we literally go into a physical state of stress by these things, and the cloud that lifts off our body when a paycheck comes through or something like that, that's really symbolic of the effect that these things can have on you. But again, we're getting back to what is underneath the fear, and that is the knowing of your value, the knowing of your safety, the knowing of your abundance. And this is where it comes into the manifestation work that you're currently doing. You already know. You already know everything that you need to do, and you already know everything that you are. Your belief is going beyond faith. It is a knowing. It's not you believe, you know. You know you are protected. You know you are abundant. You know you are valuable. You know you are talented. You know you are worthy. You know you are chosen. You know you are healing. We have the Eight of Swords and we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have massive opportunity on the other side of you being bound. But you being bound is you binding yourself in your fears, binding yourself in your doubts, binding yourself in your insecurities. But if you were to unblind yourself, to reaffirm this knowing, this information that you know to yourself, you could easily take that blindfold off, untie yourself, and walk really deliberately away from the things that are trapping you. Like, it really is an energy of you feeling trapped. You are kind of maintaining that energy of you being trapped by kind of feeding into it. And when that is so prevalent, you can't tap into or access or amplify the energy of you being free. Now, this is not any fault of your own. Like, it is your responsibility to take this on and be really conscious of it so that you can start to lean towards the energies that are going to work for you rather than leaning into the energies that are working against you. But it's through no fault of your own that these energies exist. Our society is conditioned to work like this. And it is in the best interests of certain types of people that other people are feeling financially burdened. And we know that. We know that that's how the system works. But that doesn't mean that the system has to trap you. The system only has to trap you if you are convinced that it has to trap you, if you don't come back to your knowing that you are free, that you have choice, that you have options. That is what is so important here. Because I feel like for a lot of this collective, you're feeling like you don't have more options than you have. You don't have more pathways than you have. You don't have more avenues for abundance than are available to you, but they're there. And you don't have the support of the universe that is so there for you. It's a knowing. You need to reaffirm this knowing. Not even just like, I believe, I know. I know that I'm valuable. I know that I'm worthy of good things. I know that opportunity is gravitating towards me. I know that the universe is creating the abundance to send my way. I know it. I know it. Really need to live in that energy and be in that energy and let it become a knowing. Not just a belief, not just a hope, a knowing. Ace of Cups, everything is fine, the Hermit. A lot of you are pretending on the surface, like, and I'm fine, and I'm fine, and I'm fine, and all of these things are going on around me, but I'm fine. But when we act like that, all we're doing is kind of letting the negative energy run rampant while we pretend that it's not there. Sometimes doing that, it might feel like you're trying to manifest an energy of positivity and work against the negativity. All you're doing is turning a blind eye to the negativity. That's not it either. If you acknowledge to yourself and you start putting a knowing in your heart, I know that there is abundance for me. I know that there are options. What are you going to do? What is your mind going to do? Your mind is going to start researching. Your mind is going to start reading. Your mind is going to start thinking of, okay, and I feel like for a lot of you, this manifestation is kind of like financial abundance, that kind of thing, or maybe new job opportunities or things like that. But you will start looking into, okay, how can I seriously try and change my situation? What are small ways that I can start to change this? Small, smart ways to create more avenues for myself, create new opportunities for myself, maybe look for work or freelance work or new avenues that align with my values. Maybe it's starting to really focus in on what makes me feel good and what do I value, and what things could possibly align with that. It's not about ignoring the negativity. It's about knowing that that doesn't trap you and rising above the negativity that might want to think that you have less options than you have. This is a big manifestation and abundance reading here. And I can feel from your energy that you have been trying so hard to align, but there has been something that's blocking it. And it is this feeling of like, I can only do these things and these things aren't working. If those things aren't working, that's fine. It's okay for those things not to work, but it doesn't mean that those are the only things that you can do. It doesn't mean that those are the only things that are available to you. Okay, next part. Letting go to let God. Sometimes we move in so much fear that we are controlling of our protection and of our abundance. When we cling to the controls of this, we leave no room for the universe. 11:11. Let's get into that a little bit more. If you are fervently trying to control a situation, what are you showing to the universe? You are showing the universe that you've got it. You've got it. There is no room for the universe to intervene at that point because you are giving so much energy of you being the one that has to be the instigator of everything. So the universe backs away in those manifestations. When you are overly controlling and overly attached of something, there is no room for the universe to get in on that. And you are giving no implication to the universe that you want anyone else's help, support, or will to come and support that thing. I know that might feel like, okay, does it mean I do nothing? No, it doesn't mean you do nothing. This is where we talk about aligned action. So it might be starting a freelance business and starting a website for that business. If, and that could be a free website, it could be a cheap website, whatever that happens to be. I know this is getting really specific, but I find that sometimes when I say things specifically, there'll be like one or two people that are like, oh my God, Dan's, okay, that's me. But that's the aligned action, create an opportunity for something to flourish or for something to come in. This might be applying for things. This might be starting a website. This might be starting a channel, starting an account. But if you don't open up those avenues and take the aligned action, it could be for some people, I'm getting like going to a new place, meeting new people. I don't know why I'm seeing like book clubs and social activities like that to be some kind of like thing where you can open up like a network or something like that. Yeah, I see some of you like going out of your way to meet different people that are maybe aligning with your goals, with your values, maybe different communities, networking groups that are trying to support each other with different resources or expertise. Like if you don't go to those places and try and meet those people that can help you, you don't try and open up the places where the universe can send people towards you so that you can create an impact or create a revenue stream, whatever that happens to be. Like if you don't create those things, the universe can't support you. But if you are clinging so tight to one or two things and controlling every little aspect, consistently monitoring it and stressing over it and sending lack energy towards it, looking at this thing always being like, I need this, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, like that's when the universe can't step in and help you there. You need to, it's the attachment there of the control. There is that saying like, Jesus, take the wheel, but it's kind of like, whether it's Jesus, whether it's whatever higher power you are connected to, it's, if you are controlling the wheel, no one else can guide it. No one else can take it. No one else can take you down another path that you were supposed to go on. That's what that is. And sometimes you're just holding on to the wheel too tight, thinking that this is the path that you need to go down. And because you're holding it so tight and you're not opening yourself up to a path that you don't even see, a path that's not even on the map because no one's gone down that path before, the universe can't take you there if you are only like seeing the one path, blinders on, this is the way that it has to happen and it has to happen this way, and like white knuckling your way down that road. No one can help you. There is no room for manifestations to come in at that point. When we indicate that we have control over something, the universe leaves it to us. You've got control over this thing and you're like, this is the way that's going to happen. I'm going to do it like this. The universe is like, all right, bet. Cool. You've got it. You've got it. But if we leave room for the universe and moved in aligned action, that is when the universe can co-create with you. Okay, so there is something that has come up a lot in my life, and it's been a bit of a manifestation process, and it happens like for me creatively, and I'm sure that my other creatives can kind of understand how this process can be helpful in a really practical way. But I've also talked about this process in terms of manifesting my partner. Now, I didn't know my partner, the person that it was going to be my partner. I made a TikTok about so on Jersey Shore there's this episode where Snooki writes a list of her like ideal man, and I thought it'd be funny to make a TikTok, be like, look, this is my ideal man. He has to be a guitarist. He has to worship me and see me as the divine feminine and as a goddess. He has to, work really hard and take action on his ambition. And then like a couple other things, like he doesn't need me to micromanage him. He'll do the dishes, like things like that. Nothing that was too particular. But then, yeah, a couple months later, I met my partner that weirdly enough, like actually has all of those things. And it was funny because in the episode of Jersey Shore, like if you look back at that episode where she makes a list for her perfect man, like the man that she's with, her husband, you could argue is exactly what she wanted. And that's why I thought it was funny that it actually worked for me. But then there have been a couple other instances where recently me and my partner have been making lists about like, okay, what does my next job want to look like? What are the parameters that I want to have? Okay, I want to be making this much a week, and I want it to be this far away from home, and I want to be working this many days a week. Just basic parameters, nothing too specific, but specific enough for us to be able to like, have an idea of what he's aiming for. It wasn't in any particular industry. It wasn't in any particular field or any particular role. It just was like the things that he wanted that job to be in his life. And we completely forgot about that list. And like literally today, he got called for an interview for a job that completely aligns with all of those things. Sometimes it's really good to like let go of the control, but like I was saying before, like give the universe some parameters to work with. Let the universe know what you'd kind of like to work towards, things that would help you in your life, things that would work well for you. Maybe if it's like looking for a job and it's like, okay, I want it to be this many days a week and make this much minimum a week, and I want it to be customer facing, and I want the environment to be really bubbly but chill. That could be so many different things. But just kind of, if that helps you, make a list. Now, I talked about why creatives might understand this, and it's like if someone were to say to me, write a song, I'd be like, okay, that can be quite a big undertaking. But if someone said to me, write a 3-chord song that has a repeated line as the chorus and is about love, about falling in love, I'd be like, okay, I can do this. I could do that a lot faster. then write a song. It's almost like too many options. If you say to the universe, like, I want financial abundance, it's like, all right, that's just a lot. That's a lot that you're asking for. Like, where do I pull that from, you know? But if you give the universe some parameters to work with, it's going to be easier for the universe to find something that aligns with that. If you're going to be just a little bit more specific as a process, you know? And again, like, I did that with finding my partner. He did something similar accidentally, because I was just like, let's make a list, with finding some work that really aligns with his life. Maybe that's a process you want to do. Maybe, oh my gosh, I really want us to be able to do live streams together, because I'd love to do like collective like journaling sessions, like guided journaling. I really want to be able to do that, because I love the body doubling thing, like having people around to just kind of like do something with you, even though it's a very personal thing and we wouldn't have to share. It's just like cool little questions and thoughts for us to journal on, but also like maybe doing little manifestation processes together. We're like, okay, we're trying to call in something, let's make a list on something, and then we're going to put it in a place where we're going to completely forget about it and detach it from it, you know? Like, I think it'd be cool to do that, but I can only do live streams once I reach 1,000 subscribers. So please, if you are returning back or that's something that you want to do and you're new here, like please subscribe so that we can do cool little live stream things together. Okay, so let's get back into this download. If we leave room for the universe and moved in aligned action, that is when the universe can co-create with you. The universe and your guides are protecting you. The universe and your guides are preparing your abundance. Feel free to comment and affirm these things below. The universe will give me the abundance I am working for. The universe and my guides are protecting me. The universe and my guides are preparing my abundance. Like we're saying at the start of this reading, this is knowing. This is about you knowing this. Not believing, not wishing, not hoping, knowing. That is the energy that you need to move through this manifestation. It's not luck, it's divine blessings. It's not luck, it's divine blessings. None of this is just like luck or chance. We have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Five of Pentacles. You need to let it go. The universe wants so badly to give it to you, but you are holding on so tightly to the control. And you are feeling so weathered down by the things that make you feel like you are trapped, you are sick, you are run down, you are hurt. And you are trapped in this mindset of like, I can't get out of this. And every time you think, it's so hard for me to get out of this, I can't get out of this, it's going to be so hard for you to get out of it, and you can't get out of it. The universe wants to break through, but you're literally making it hard for yourself by thinking that it's hard. Success doesn't have to be hard. But if you are constantly thinking that it's hard and it's going to be an uphill battle, you're not going to be able to see the options that lie before you that could potentially align with you. Because when you're in that place, you're literally in survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, like you can't zoom out, you can't see any of the bigger picture. I would compare it to, say, if you're going through a heartbreak or something and you were so close to that pain that you can't imagine yourself ever loving again. And then if you were to zoom out from that, like you take a step back and you're not in that feeling, it's like, oh, babes, like he wasn't even good enough for you. And you're going to find love again. You're going to find love so much again. There's so much love out there in the world for you. But do you know what I mean? When you're in survival mode, when you're so close to that feeling, you can't step back away from it. And you need to step back away from it. It's the only way that you're going to be able to zoom out from this one. You need to take that chance and start to step into the energy of knowing. It's going to be a hard thing, especially if you are in such heavy survival mode. But you can do it. You absolutely can do it. Reaffirm the things that you know. And you can reaffirm the things that you know by reminding yourself of everything that you've done. And I'm pretty sure that comes up into this. Yes, it does. Oh my gosh, this is the stuff that I really wish that we could have a little journaling session on, because I have a lot of prompting questions here that I invite you to, maybe you want to put it in the comments down below, maybe you want to just journal on it yourself, maybe write these questions down so that you can make a defined list of all the things that you've done, all the things that you've accomplished, so that when you start to question yourself, your abundance, your value, your future, you can look back on these things and be like, oh, of course I'm gonna step into abundance, of course I'm strong, of course the universe wants to bless me, because look at all these things that have already happened, look at how powerful I already am. But to finish off that last message, let the universe, let God have a place and a role in your life. Okay, you have forgotten parts of your practices, and in turn parts of your power. You have been so caught up in the stress and day-to-day that you have neglected to reaffirm your magic and all the ways in which you have manifested the life that you have. You are failing to recognize your own brilliance to its fullest extent. Now, I'm not saying that you don't see your brilliance. I fully think that, like, a big reason why you are working so hard to manifest good things into your life is because you do see yourself as magical and powerful and brilliant and healing. But I don't think you're giving yourself the credit that you deserve in terms of the extent of that. And I feel like that gets buried under your stress, under your worry. Do not forget who you are and where you come from. Knight of Wands, Temperance. The journey that you have come from is evidence enough of all the places that you are going, and you need to come back and remind yourself of that. And this process is actually going to cleanse and clear you of this energy that makes you feel like you aren't going anywhere. When you remember where you were to where you are now, you remember the momentum, the journey, even if it's just going through what you've been through this year, the last 12 months, the last 6 months. You might in this moment be feeling stuck, be feeling stagnant. But if you were to look back literally on the last year and going all the way back, you would see that you are making massive progress, you are making massive movement, and that's going to be the antidote to you feeling like you can't do it or the universe isn't trying to bless you. You need to reaffirm to yourself and remind yourself of all the times that you've manifested good things into your life, all the times that you've seen evidence of your power, all the times you've seen evidence of the universe working in your life, all the times you've seen evidence of you working hard and, okay, I'm seeing, hearing the beeps, hearing all the times of you proving to yourself that you've earned things. The strength that you have, the power you have, the effort you have, the intelligence you have, the talent you have, that is what you need to do. So here are the questions. Where did you come from? Really think about, where is it that you came from? How did you feel at that time? How did you feel about what was ahead for you? And how capable did you feel at that time? What things in your life did you have to fight for? What things in your life can you look at and think, I earned this? I gave every part of myself so that I could have this. This would not exist in my life if not for me and my hard work. What did you have to let go of to become who you are now? This is such an important question, because as much as it takes effort and courage and bravery and strength to move towards your goals, it takes sometimes even more courage, bravery, and strength to move away from the places and the people that are holding you back. And that needs to be acknowledged. You need to acknowledge the strength that you've had to move towards the things that are good for you and away from the things that don't serve you. What do you have now that you could have only dreamed of? Now, this could be material things, This could be a home. This could be a home in a certain place. These can be personality traits. This could be confidence. It could be self-esteem. It could be self-worth. It could be spiritual connection. Because sometimes in some situations we aren't allowed to have that. We are brought up in a situation where a spiritual connection isn't allowed, isn't encouraged, or maybe a particular kind of spiritual connection isn't encouraged. Maybe a certain type of confidence, maybe a certain type of freedom, some type of self-expression. These are the things that you need to start literally physically listing, so that when you start to feel down, you feel like you're not capable, you need to go back to your list of achievements. List the awards that you've won. List the places that you've been to. List the things that you have done that you never thought you would ever do. I never ever thought that I would ever do weightlifting. I did weightlifting for like 2 years. I was doing PBs, that's personal best. I was doing like deadlifts, like who is she? Like, I never ever thought that I would do that. And I did that on a whim and I loved it. That's something I'm going to put on the list. Someone that I never thought would exist, a version of me weightlifting, crazy. But I did that. Put those things on the list. Maybe you started doing yoga and you're like, I never thought I'd be a yoga person, and now you're doing yoga. Boxercise, I don't know what it is for you, but that's an accomplishment to try something that you've never ever done before. Especially as an adult. Maybe it's a book club, a ukulele group. I don't know what it is for you, but like, put that down. That's evidence of how strong you are. Maybe you have kicked an addiction. Massive, huge. Put these things down in a list for you to read and reiterate to yourself when you start to feel like you are not powerful. Because some of you are forgetting how powerful you are. Let's see if there are any more messages in the tarot cards, universe, please. Inside information. Otherwise, if there's not any cards that want to come through, I'll jump over to the oracle cards. No? Okay, thank you. It's been a pretty big download. It's been like a half-hour download, so fair enough. Okay, let's get into these oracle cards. Universe, please, inside information. What do you want to leave this beautiful Good collective with this evening? It's like 8 p.m. over here. What words of wisdom, thought-invoking ideas would you like to leave this collective with? Okay. Oh, 4. Okay. That's fine. I love these cards anyways. The more the merrier. Okay, we have. Sometimes you will break before you bloom. Breaking into bloom. Time. Liberation. Understanding. You are about to enter into the most beautiful phase of your life. And it is going to feel so incredible when you're there. And you're going to look back in this time in your life and be so proud of yourself for working through the things that you work through and doing all of this work to open up the options for this version of yourself that's coming through. And it can be really hard to be in the now position, having to do all of that. And you're going to look back on this moment and remember how hard you gave everything. How much you not only believed, but knew that the future version of yourself was coming and that you were going to do anything, including letting go of control, letting go of preconceived ideas of what that path was supposed to look like, and that you were supposed to be the one leading you down there. You are going to be so grateful for the things that you are doing now, but it can be hard. You are going to look back and see yourself as so brave and so courageous because you had to dig so deep. You will be grateful, but also it's allowed to be hard while you're in it. Trust in the places you feel guided towards. space, time, and self, infinity, reincarnation, 3D. Trust in the places you feel guided towards. This is all about aligned action. Take note of the things that are your values and let your values guide you. If you're like, I want to do something that is helping people, and I want to do something that is really ethical and helps me be more active in my community, like if those happen to be your values, but you know what, like, you know, put your values down. If you want to be doing something that is working from home and quite solitary and, you know, independent, then write those things down too. And give those up to the universe so that you can be aligned with the things that the universe puts in your path, but also that you can start to free up your mind. There are many avenues that will tick all of those boxes. Reach out to the potential that is calling for you. Potential and possibility, future, higher self, quantum. Reach out to the potential. We are talking about the potential different avenues and opportunities for you, the different pathways for you. But again, we're still talking about what is calling to you, things that still align with you and your values, things that align with the things that you're really craving in your life right now. And honestly, part of that can be financial abundance, if that's your vibe, if that's something that you're craving. But no one, especially you are not listening to tarot readings because all you care about is making money. Like, you'll need fulfillment. You'll need something good. You need joy. You need connection. Otherwise, what would you be doing here listening to tarot readings? Like, let's be real. You can have those things at the same time. You can want those things at the same time. You can want financial abundance that comes with healing and helping, that comes with community. Make a note of those values. Give your parameters to the universe. It's okay, I don't know what I'm doing either. Sweet oblivion, uncertainty, fate, humor. There needs to be a little bit more joy to help you break through this feeling of being trapped. This call on you to kind of laugh about things more, to bring a comical little bit of optimism to your day. Even asserting in a funny way, look, I don't know where this abundance is coming from, but it's gonna be coming up soon. Asserting your knowing to the universe, asserting your faith in the universe, and saying it with a laugh. Try and integrate laughter into your process as much as possible. It is such a healing and cathartic process, and a healing and cathartic energy, but also it's going to break through the trap of fear, the trap of self-doubt, the trap of worry. You're literally going to be involving yourself physically into something like laughter. Let's get into the last lot of oracle cards. Reminder to you that if you want to enter for the giveaway, the free reading giveaway, subscribe and comment good in the comments below. I love doing personal readings. You can also just buy a personal reading. They are on sale at the moment in my website. Keeping in mind that they are listed in Australian dollars. So I think that the current conversion price for a 30-minute reading, a video reading, it's like 50 US. I know that most of you are in the US, but it's around 50 US. But I also do just channeled written readings, which are a little bit cheaper as well. I don't know. That's if you just you want a reading. You want to get a reading real soon. Otherwise, enter the giveaway. All right, last words of insight and information. We have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Laying foundations. Again, we've been talking so much about aligned action and aligned values. Your guides want to help you. The universe wants to help you. God wants to help you. Help the universe by letting them take part in your life, letting them have a role in your life, and be like, you know what? Okay, this is what I want in my life. I want a new job. I want more freelance work. I want more of this. I want a partner. And these are the parameters, These are the things that I want and the values that I want that I feel like are going to work best for me. And make it a short list. If you make it too long, it's going to make it real hard for the universe. But you make it like 5 or 6 things long. Perfect. See how quickly it all works out for you. And save this video, do this process, save this video. And if this comes through in a couple months' time, please come back and tell me what happened, because I know that like it seems like a really simple process, but this has been crazy effective in my life and with in the lives of people around me. It's actually insane. So yeah. I hope this has been so helpful, because I really feel from the energy of this collective that you have been wishing and hoping for so long and trying your best and feeling burdened. So I hope that this just gives you a little bit of guidance on how you can best alleviate some of your burdens and call in your manifestations just a little bit faster, especially things that align with you. Thank you so much for joining me in this reading. Don't forget to subscribe and comment good down below to enter the the reading giveaway. And I will see you next time.